the biggest shows in Queensland wrestling history, where we say goodbye to one of the top stars, not only in Queensland wrestling, not only in Australian wrestling. I can shout if this is going to help. What the hell? You know I can shout. We are a part of one of the biggest shows of Queensland wrestling history as we say goodbye to not only one of the top stars here in PWAQ, but one of the top stars that has ever stepped into a ring in Australia and the Southern Hemisphere, and that is somebody who you have cheered, somebody you have cheered for many years. That's almost 10 for those of you that are counting, and for those of you that have the bit of the Reed Richards grey hair like I do. And that man is Mason Childs. It is a big night of wrestling action here in PWA Queensland. I put a jacket on, and you know that means certainly something. I've got another shirt on underneath, so you can imagine if you're sitting in the front row and you've got the beads of perspiration starting here, I am already dripping wet like a porn star in Las Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a huge show. We've got our second match of Kelso versus Mystery tonight, and those who were in attendance last night, you probably heard, you might have seen, Mystery was taken away on a stretcher. You saw him come out earlier at the end of the Rumble, and there was a huge knockdown. But I guess the Party Rock Nation think they've got things going their way, and the numbers game is definitely on their side. But I guess time will tell. On top of that, we have a three-way match, we have a #1 contenders match, and of course we have our big main event, and that is one of the men that put Mason Childs on the match, on the map I should say. His opponent from the best of 7 all those years ago, and that is the Pearl of the Orient, Soul, and that will be Mason Childs' opponent here tonight. It is a big night of wrestling action for PWA Queensland. I do like actions and stuff, but I saw somebody do that last week and he just looked really old. Ladies and gentlemen, also between the matches tonight, I've got a few messages from some of the luminaries of Australian wrestling that wanted to say their farewell to Mason Childs but couldn't be here tonight. I will be reading out some of those as the night goes on. But right now, I think we might as well call out the ring announcer. We might as well call out and get this show underway, because if I blow out my voice this early, it is going to be a quiet night for anybody in attendance, which could be a plus or could be a minus. I don't want to be the one to say it. But ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and let's get this show underway.